All right. Hey, welcome everybody to this call, this Q&A. It's Thursday night. I'm super excited about this call because we're going to talk about coaching. What is Team Beachbody? How does coaching work? What is all of this stuff that you've been seeing? You've been invited here by somebody that is a coach, and you've probably been watching them, and you're like, okay, what is this coaching thing? How does it work? How do I get involved? How will it help me achieve my goals? What do we do? How do we make money? All these questions, right? And we've gathered some questions. We're going to go over and answer them. If you guys have any questions as Tate and I are sharing today, please just go to the chat box and type it in. And I'll keep my eye on that. Tate can keep his eye on that. And we will help answer any questions that you guys have. If questions come up after this call, you're thinking about it late at night and you can't sleep, write it down and then just send it to your coach and we'll get the answer to you so we can help you figure out what you want to do and what your next steps are. So today, I'm going to be doing this together with my good friend, Tate Cox. I'm going to share a little bit about my story so you can know the structure of tonight so far and the questions we're going to answer. I'm going to share a little bit of my story. He's going to share a little bit of his story. We're going to talk about how do you get started? What do we do as coaches? What does that look like? Like, what does a coach actually do? How do you earn money as a coach? And then what are the next steps? So my name is Scotty Hobbs. I am 38. I'll be 39 this year. I've been married to my wife for 13 years, and I have 5 kids. Ages, the first 3 are girls, 13, 11, 9, 7, and 4. They're all changing ages, and their birthdays have all been recently. So we have a pretty busy life. As you guys know, I thought I was going to be a couple minutes late to the call because I was wiping a 4-year-old's bum. That's just what life is. And the thing I love about being a coach is it's something that we can do in the little spare time and pockets throughout the day. We get to work on ourselves and help other people. But for me, it started, I haven't always been into fitness. I started my first ever fitness program when I was about 28 years old, when I was introduced to P90X by this guy named Colby. He was my neighbor. And I'm like, I was just at this point, like I'm working 12-hour days and I have 2 little girls and my wife's working at night and my habits are get Gardettos from the vending machine, drink lots of coffee, get breakfast burritos and rock stars. And that's like how I fed myself. And I've never worked out before. I was about 40 pounds overweight, always tired and working these long days. And my friend Kobe was just like, he was just jacked. Like his biceps are sticking out of his shirt and his veins are popping out. We're the same age. We both have 2 little girls. I'm like, dude, how do you look like that? And I look like this. And so that's when I was first introduced to working out and following meal plans. And he actually invited me. He trained the high school football team. So he invited me to come train with the team. Unfortunately, they trained at 6 and I had to be at work every day at 5 a.m. So I was like, dude, do you have anything that I could do from home? And he's like, you should do that P90X workout. So that's where Beachbody started for me, was doing that Beachbody program. And I printed out the meal plan. When I do something, I go all in. When I make a decision, I'm an all-in type of person. So I print out the meal plan. I get my P90X DVDs, and I'm like, I'm going to do this. And over the course of 90 days, I lost 38 pounds. And I had abs for the first time in my life. And instead of napping on my lunch break, I was jogging like 5 miles. And I'm like, who is this person? Like I had this new confidence, this new energy. People around me at work are like, they were like mind blown. They're like, what, you're going jogging? Like on your lunch break? Who does that? And so that's where it all started for me. And I fell in love with how I felt working out and the results that I was getting. But also I really fell in love with the fact that people were coming to me and they're like, man, I've seen like, you're like a different person. You have more energy, you talk more, you're not so quiet. I was super naturally introverted and shy, and they're like, and now you have all this energy and this confidence. And they're like, what is it? And I'm like, I'm doing this P90X workout. And every human that I ever came in contact during that time was told by me, like, you got to do P90X. You got to do Insanity. Like, you're going to feel so awesome. It's going to suck at first and be hard, but you're going to feel awesome. So that's how it started for me as my journey into Team Beachbody. I wasn't a coach, but I was using the programs and seeing great results. And then I found out about coaching. And you know what I said? I said, absolutely not. That is not for me. I'm not going to sign up for that online scam thing. And I'm like, I'll just keep telling people about P90X and I'll keep telling people about Insanity, but I'm not going to sign up. And that's what I told my now coach. And guys, I told her that for 8 months. And the main reason that I told her that, like I told her I didn't have money, which was somewhat true. I'm working 12-hour days every Saturday. My wife's working nights. So that was true in a way. But as you guys know, when you really want something, you'll find a way to find the money to get it, whether it's a car or the apartment you want to get into or whatever it is. So like I said money, but the real thing was I didn't know if I would have enough time. Like I'd never used social media to like go out and try to inspire people. Like I just like posted pictures of when I would be deer hunting and when I would go camping on Memorial weekend. And then when a kid was born, that's like all I did was social media. And so I was like, so my real reason for saying no is I didn't see myself doing what she was doing at that capacity. And so I was scared. And I also didn't believe I had time working a 12-hour day. And then when I got home from work, my wife would be at the night shift at the Hilton Garden Inn. So I'd get home from work and then I would have my 2 little kids by myself, ages 2 and 4. So I'm like, there's no way that I can add on extra. So for 8 months, I told her no. And she kept following up with me and following up with me and following up with me month after month. She'd be like, man, you're doing awesome with your workouts. Like you should totally be a coach. And I kept telling her no. And about 8 months later is the day that I signed up as a coach. And it was April 11th, 2011. And the reason I signed up as a coach is, guys, that was 18 days after the birth of my daughter, Alina. That's my 3rd daughter. And I start getting my wife is home from work. So she's not getting paid. She doesn't have paid maternity leave. So that stress is coming on me a little bit. Some of you may have felt things like that before. But then it was 3 weeks after, and I have this habit of going to the mailbox at the end of my cul-de-sac once a week. That's the way I do my mail and my bills. And I would go pick up all the mail, and it had the hospital bill, the doctor bill, the anesthesiologist bill. There was an ear doctor bill, my Blue Cross statement, like laying everything out and what I owed and what they paid. And I remember getting to work that morning, and I just sat in my cubicle, and I felt like that cubicle was spinning around. Like I had like this weight on my shoulders. Like, I don't know how in the heck I'm going to pay that. And like I left work and I still had that feeling, like laying in bed at night, and I was just like scared. And it just came to me like, you got to just do the coaching thing. Because in my mind, like I'm thinking of all these other things, like maybe I got to go back to school and get a better degree so I can get a better paying job. Maybe my wife needs to get a day job that pays more and not work nights so we can put the kids in daycare. And all of those things didn't align with what my life goals were, which was to spend more time with my wife and my kids and less time, like not working every single overtime shift and having her work at nights. So that's the day I signed up as a coach, because I realized that this was a way that I could take my experience with Beachbody, share it with and help other people like I already was, but I could get paid to do it. So that's when I got started as a coach, is April 11th, 2011. I made a goal to make $10,000 in a year. That's what I wanted to do, because my wife made like $12,000 at night at the Hilton Garden Inn. We paid about $2,000 in babysitter costs. So I figured if I could bring her home, that would be a dream for me. And I was like, so I set that goal, had that dream, and I'm like, I'll do whatever it takes to make that happen. And I remember, and we'll talk through what you do as a coach and the steps to get started. I remember one of the things that you do is I went through my training videos. I did a call with my coach called the Getting Started Right call. We set my goal. So I'm like, Lindsay, I need to make $10,000. It's going to mean everything to me, because like if I can make $10,000, I could tell my wife she doesn't have to work anymore. And when I get home from work at 5 o'clock after my 12-hour shift, we can sit down and eat dinner together. We can go for walks. We can go for bike rides. We can kick soccer balls in the yard, and we could be a family. And she's like, Scotty, I can't promise you $10,000, but I promise that your income will be a direct reflection of the number of lives that you change. So I made a decision that day that I would change as many lives. I was like, I'll change all of the lives. Like I'll do whatever it takes, change as many lives as I possibly can. And so that's my story. And that's how I got started. And that was back in April of 2011. I worked my butt off. I worked on this business part-time after a 12-hour shift. While my wife was at work at night, I would get home, take care of these 3 little girls, ages 4, 2, and 6 weeks old. I would play with them feed them, play with them from 5 to 8, put them in bed at 8, and then 8:30 at night till 10:30, I would work on my business. In my lunch break at work, I would work on my business. And within 1 year, I was able to triple what I actually made at my full-time job. And my wife and I both left our jobs, and I've been doing this full-time as my full-time career since June of 2012. So I'm super passionate about it. I'm still showing up today with just as much excitement and energy because I know there's people out there that felt like I did on that day, that are looking for a solution in a way to not only just better their health, but also to find something to do that they love in their spare time, and to work on paying off debt, or paying off their home quicker, or paying off the school loans, or worried about how you're going to pay for 3 daughters' weddings, which was one of the things on my mind as well. And they're wondering how that's going to work out in the future. And this is a way for that to happen. So that's why I still show up today, because I made that decision back then that I would help as many people as possible. So I'm still here, committed 9.5 years later, and that's my story, and that's how I got started. Before we go any further, and I introduce Tate, let him tell you a little bit about how he got started. I want to remind you guys that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income. Each coach's success is based on their own diligent effort and skill. With that being said, I'm going to introduce Tate. Tate reached out to me. I'll let him tell a story, but he reached out to me last February. He got started as a coach, and he'll tell his story. But in 1 year's time, he's built up his income to about $2,000 a month, building this part-time on top of his full-time job and all the other obligations that he has. He's also earned a trip for 2 by helping at least 3 people a month for the entire year. And so he'll be going to the Dominican Republic on a Beachbody earned trip. His wife, Peyton, and him will be going with us in March as one of the perks and rewards of being a coach and helping 3 people a month. So with that being said, I'm super honored and proud to be here with Tate. He inspires me as my new coach because he is working harder and doing more than I did in my first year. So Tate, I'll let you go over, and then we'll go through these 4 questions.
All right. What's up, guys? So yeah, like you said, my name is Tate Cox. I've been coaching just under a year. Like you said, I remember the day, it was February 15th last year when I filled out a questionnaire that I visited on Scotty's page, and he called me the very next day, and I got signed up just like that. Honestly, I guess I'll introduce myself a little bit more. Like I said, I'm Tate Cox. I've been married for almost 5 years. It'll be 5 years in May, and we live in Lexington, Kentucky. We have a golden doodle pup and no kids yet. But a little bit about my background, somebody who was always into working out. So that's one thing that I think is so cool about getting to hear kind of from somebody who maybe wasn't as into working out until he found P90X. And then for me, that's something that I've always truly been passionate about and something that I really love. So obviously, I went to school, had an undergraduate degree in exercise science, and then had a master's degree in kinesiology and health promotion. And I actually made a post about it earlier today. It's crazy, but I can remember just very quickly, and within a couple of months after starting my coaching business, sending Scotty a message and saying, like, this is the job that I went to school for all those years, and I never knew that it even existed. So it was just really cool how it all started. But for me, it started back in 2018. Again, like I was saying, I was a person who had been working out, lifting hard every single day. It's something that I was super passionate about. But I was one of those guys that went to the gym every day, lifted heavy, and after several years of that really starts to take its toll on you. I was waking up every day with neck pain, low back pain, and just my routine, all those things were I just wasn't getting the results that I wanted. And I felt like at 27 years old, I shouldn't be waking up with all this like neck and low back pain. So my wife was actually doing some Beachbody workouts, and I started telling her about it. And she was like, you know what, you really need to just try one of these workouts for the first time. So I started looking at the app, and I was just like, I don't know. And I found this workout called Body Beast. And I was like, all right, this one looks like one that I might be able to give a try. And I promise you, within the first 3 days, I was hooked. Like, I was so sore. It was unbelievable. Like, the results that I was getting so fast from working out 30 to 50 minutes a day that I was blown away. So I went through that 12-week program, again, just loving the results. And as I'm going through this, my wife had been following some Beachbody coaches on Instagram, on Facebook. And I can remember like sitting on the couch with her at night, and she would be like scrolling through some of their stories. And I'm sitting there watching them, and I'm like, these people they're literally like, they're doing exactly what I want to do. They're working out for a living, and they're helping other people get started on their own fitness journey. And I was like, this is something that like, I've got to inquire more about this. So I literally, like I said, I Google searched some of the top coaches in the entire company. For me specifically, I wanted to find a male coach because I just felt like I could connect on that level a little better. And that's, like I said, I messaged Scotty that night. That was February 15th, got a call the very next day. And just like that, I was signed up. So that's a little bit about my story and how I got started. And it has just been an absolute joy for me from day one, just to watch all these people just start to see better results. And it's not even as much as that as it is to watch them just start to become happier, more confident people. There's just so many other benefits than just physical benefits in this business. So we'll talk about that a little bit more, but that's basically who I am. And I'll toss it back over to Scotty so he can start with the process here.
All right, we'll start answering some of your questions. Thank you, Tate. He's an amazing, incredible guy. And I love that he was doing personal training and had a degree and all of those things. I didn't have those things. I'm actually a college dropout. But I always wanted to do some pretty big things with my life. But what I love about that was Tate, like being a personal trainer and all these other things. What I love is that as a coach, you have the opportunity to help people with these programs and meal plans that absolutely work with people all over the world. Like Beachbody, Team Beachbody coaching opportunity is open and available in the US, Canada, and the United Kingdom. So you can literally help somebody get results that lives like in the UK or up in Canada or all the way across the United States from where you're at. And the way that you do that is you find and connect with people that have similar interests to you. You guys connect, you have things in common. They see the example that you're being, and then they ask you, okay, how do I do what you're doing? What kind of workouts are they? How do they work? And they start to ask these questions, and then you help guide them into a program that will achieve their goals, and you be their support and their cheerleader and their accountability. So a little bit about how do you get started. The first thing I want you guys to know is just a little bit about Beachbody. Like Beachbody, almost everybody has heard about Beachbody. And if they haven't heard about Beachbody, they've heard of P90X or Insanity. And so what I want you guys to know about Team Beachbody is Beachbody is the main company, and then Team Beachbody is the network of coaches and the support system. So Beachbody creates all the workouts like P90X, Insanity, 21-Day Fix, 80-Day Obsession, Body Beast, Lift 4, Morning Meltdown 100. There's over 30 different workout programs and over 700 different individual workouts. And there's also meal plans associated with every workout. And what's even more incredible than that is there's an absolutely awesome meal replacement health shake that's all natural and made out of 70 different ingredients. There's super clean pre-workouts and post-workouts that are like plant-based, that don't give you the jitters, and that are just absolutely awesome at helping you recover from your workouts. So there's the whole line of workouts and meal plans, along with nutritional supplements as well that can help you achieve your goals. So the mission of Beachbody is to help others achieve mission of Team Beachbody is to help others achieve their goals, and the Beachbody mission is to end the trend of obesity. So what happened is people, just like my story and starting with P90X, is the CEO of Beachbody realized that was happening about 15 years ago, that people were sharing results, and they were solely an infomercial company where they put P90X and Insanity infomercials up and people would buy directly from that. When they saw people were sharing it, they said, why don't we compensate these people that are sharing our programs and getting these programs into people's hand and supporting them? Why don't we compensate them? And that's what Team Beachbody coaching is. When that idea was born, when they said, hey, instead of putting all of our marketing money into infomercials. Let's pay the people that are getting people onto these programs. So that's when Team Beachbody and the coach opportunity was born and began. So a lot of you guys have questions like, okay, like this all sounds good. Like how do I get started? Like what is the step? Like what do I do to get started? And it's super simple. I'm going to jump right into the cost of what it does to get started. I know a lot of people when we're doing sales and stuff like that, they'll wait till the very end and do it. We won't do any sales, closing, anything like that. I'm going to just tell you what it is, how to get started, how to sign up, and then we'll go through what comes up after that. So the basics of what it is, like with Beachbody, you get access to over 700 workouts and all the meal plans for $99 for the year. So it comes, you don't buy DVDs anymore. You get a streaming platform called Beachbody On Demand. Similar to Netflix in the fact that you pay for a membership and then you have access to everything. So you literally log on to beachbodyondemand.com, pick the workout program you're doing, push play on the workout, and your meal plan and everything's in there as PDFs. So you get access to that for the whole year for $99. It's absolutely crazy to me because my friend has a gym membership and they try to sell me when I go as his guest, and it's like $20 a month, which I think is a pretty good deal. But Beachbody On Demand is $99 for a year. That's like $8 a month. And you have a trainer included in that. Like the trainer tells you exactly what to do on your workouts step by step. You have a meal plan that comes with that as well. If you're someone like me, my wife and I and my 13-year-old daughter are all doing programs. And so we all use that same membership inside the home. So if you do the math on that, it's like $4, like $3 per person for my wife, myself, and my daughter to do these workout programs in our house with a personal trainer that's on TV, right, on the player. So that's the basics, $99 for the entire year. Later on, when I talk about how do you make income, I'll talk about the commission on that. But looking at how do I get started, you're going to have the opportunity to either start as a customer or as a coach, or become a customer, get results, and then say, okay, I want to be a coach as well. So that's something that you get to think about. And that's $99 to do the workouts. I highly suggest that you use Shakeology and that you try it out. I have not missed a day of using my Shakeology for 9 years. Like I use it every single day as my breakfast. I feel absolutely incredible with it. It's not a magic shake that you're going to magically lose weight, but it's a super simple way to get dense nutrition every single day. It's like having 70 different veggies and superfoods all in one shake. So Shakeology, if you're buying it retail as a customer, is $128 for 30 servings. If you break that down into 30 servings, it's $4 a meal. So my breakfast every day is $4. If you become a coach, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, but a coach gets 25% discount on every product that you use. So my Shakeology on discount, it costs me about $3.33 for my meal, for my daily Shakeology and my daily meal. So I would suggest using either Shakeology or using the Beachbody Performance line, which is plant-based pre-workout and a Recover what you would look at as a protein shake. If you see people that start working out and they're drinking a protein shake, that's what the Recover is. Shakeology is not that. Shakeology is a health shake meal replacement. So there's those two options. They're close to the same price, but the cool thing is that when you get started and you want to get started on your nutrition and your workouts, Beachbody puts those two things together in what's called a challenge pack. They put the year access to Beachbody On Demand together with your first bag of Shakeology or your first combination of the pre-workout and the post-workout. And instead of paying $99 for your Beachbody On Demand and $128 for your Shakeology, which would be like $228, like close to $230, they bundle it in what's called a challenge pack for $160. Now, here's the next thing that I want you guys to know about that is you guys are here to learn about coaching. Like, what is coaching? If you decide that you want it, that's if you want to be a customer. You pay that price and then you get started on your workout in your Shakeology or your pre-workout and post-workout. If you want to be a coach and you get signed up as a coach and your coach sends you the link, if you get that challenge pack during your coach sign up, it waives the $40 coach sign up fee. So that's what's pretty cool. Like you have the opportunity to become a coach and own your own business, whether you want to just use it for the discount and get a 25%, or refer a product here and there to friends that ask you and earn a few commissions, or you want to go all in and build a business out of it like you've seen Tate and I do, that's up to you. We don't tell you how much you have to do or need to do. That's your decision. You just either sign up as a customer or a coach. And I like to look at it like a Costco membership. Like if a coach is like having a Costco membership, you get a discount on shopping there. You get a discount on your Shakeology, but it would be like taking it to another level. And like if you sent somebody to Costco and buy their food, you would get a commission on it. That's kind of how Beachbody coaching works. So how do you get started? The thing is, just make the decision that I'm going to start doing these workouts and work on my health. And then I want to start learning how to help other people and be able to earn commissions by helping other people. And I'll talk about that a little bit after Tate talks about his next question about what do we do as a coach. But that's really the first decision, is decide you want to do it. Reach out to your coach and say, okay, I want to do this. Like, send me the link, help me pick a program to start on and a meal plan to start on, and I'm ready to go. That's literally like the next step of how you get started. So with that being said, your next question would be, okay, I get signed up, I invest my 160, I start my program, and I'm a coach. What do I do next? That's what Tate's going to answer for you guys. So Tate, I'm going to pass that over to you real quick.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so one thing that I love about this business is the fact that when you sign up as a coach, you are placed under a coach and a mentor. So you get someone, like for me, I had Scotty that I could immediately start asking questions and kind of figure out what I needed to do and what my next steps were, which is so much different than most any other business that you join into in your life. If you've ever tried to go into another business, you don't have anybody standing there saying, hey, try this, let's do this. These people are really, your coaches are out there to help you really start your business and help you make money. But there's 4 key things that we really do as coaches, and we call them our vitals. And we actually have a sheet, and I'm going to pull it up here for you, that we can follow along with every single day that has those 4 vitals on it, that will tell you all the things that you should try to do in order to be successful. So it's literally like a cheat sheet to your business. Like if every business had this, it would be unbelievable what people could do in this world. But the number one thing that you do in this business, so the number one thing is be proof that the products work. So every single day you want to work out and drink your shakes. That doesn't mean that you have to be somebody that's like super fit to show them that the products are working. That just means that you are consistently showing up, doing your workouts, and showing and being proof that they do actually work. I tell people all the time, it would be really hard to be a coach and not do the workouts. Because I mean, how many people are going to, if I'm not doing the workouts, who's going to follow along behind me and want to do anything that, that has to do with these workouts? So that's got to be the number one thing, is you have to be proof that the products work. You have to do your workout each day, and you should be using the supplements as well. Number one, it's going to help you see the best results. And again, if I'm not using Shakeology, how am I ever going to ask somebody else to use Shakeology? So that's number one, be proof the products work. Number 2 thing that we do is we connect, we invite. I really like the word connect more so than invite, because I really believe that that's more or less what we do as coaches. We are, if we reach out to somebody, we're simply just trying to make a connection with them. Maybe we're reaching out to our friends to try to bring them in and then work out with us, to join us for a challenge group. Some of you may have even experienced that on this call from one of us before, I don't know. But that's what we do. We reach out to people and we connect with them. And then as we, kind of like Scotty said, you do it in little snippets of your day, I guess you would say. So it's not like you've got to sit down at this business and work at it for 2 hours at a time. I mean, like he said, he would work it during his lunch hour at work. He would send some invites or connect with some people at that time. But that's literally the second thing that we do, is that we connect, invite, and we follow up with people. And we do that through our social media. Again, I know a lot of people, and like Scotty said, and when I started, social media was something that I didn't use very often. It was something that I was really scared of when I first started. Like I don't know, I was so afraid of what people would think of me for making a post or just reaching out to some people. But I remember one of the first things that Scotty ever told me when I started this coaching journey was um, the reason that if coaches fail, one of the biggest reasons that they fail is because they allow their ego to get in the way. And that was something that was really for me because it was something that was definitely stopping me from doing everything that I wanted to do. So once I kind of got that out of the way and just focused on connecting with people and being real and being me, it's crazy what started to open up and the different doors of opportunity that started happening for me. So the third thing that we do, and to me, this one is the most important, and it is that we help people get results. One of the, I mean, that's one of the most important things that we can do, guys, is to just truly care about helping other people get results. I know that a lot of times people jump into, different kind of businesses and things, and all they have is money on their mind. And I'm just going to tell you that, like, if you jump into this business and you're only focused on money, you'll never make it, because this is something that we are truly out here trying to help other people and help other people get results. And the way that we do that is by inviting people into what we call challenge groups. So some of you may be in my challenge group, some of you may be in some others, or some of you may not be customers at all. But we bring these people into these private accountability groups, and we do different challenges, and we do these different things to help hold each other accountable and just make sure that we help, we motivate and encourage each other to get the results that we want. So that's the third thing. We've got to get people results. And then the fourth thing is that we do personal development. And to me, this one is so important as well. I said the third one was the most important, but this one may be even more important than that one. It's crazy how much, and I tell people this all the time, how much I've grown because of this business in the last year. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Just like, I was a person who never read a book probably front to back in my entire life, even though I was a college educated person. Like, I hated to read. Like, that was, I mean, I could read one sentence and my mind goes just everywhere. But I've read through several books in the last year, I've got them all sitting up here, just amazing books that have really just changed the way that I do things, the way that I think. And it's just allowed me to grow as a person. And I've grown more as a person in the last year than I have in any other year in my entire life. And I dedicate all of that to this business and being able to do these things. So those are the four things that you really, really need to do as a coach in order to be successful. And those are the things that we do on a daily basis. So be proof the products work, connect with people, help others get results, and then we do our personal development each day. So I'll pass it back to you, Scotty, and you can talk about the compensation.
Okay, awesome. I'll talk about how to make money. I'm going to answer just a couple questions. A question that I saw come up. One of the questions I saw is like, how do I help someone see the value of Shakeology or the challenge pack? And all I can say to that is just, I listen to what Tate says about how this has made him grow as a person. And I think about how it's made me grow as a person as well. And just kind of going back to what I was sharing about a gym membership, gym membership could be $10, $20, $30, right? Just to get into the gym to use the equipment. And then on the other hand, on top of that, if you want a personal trainer to tell you what to do, that's going to be anywhere. It's hard to say what it could be. I went as a guest with my best friend here. He has like this guest pass. We did our Body Beast workout at the gym, and there was like 10 private personal training. There was like a deal, 10 private personal training lessons and it was like $900 something, right? And that's how a personal trainer work with you for an hour on 10 different times. This is for your workouts and your meal plans. It is $99 for the entire year. And then when I look at Shakeology, I've seen like Brandon was sharing, it helped, like he replaced his Monster energy drinks with that. For me, for example, that's my breakfast, and it costs $3.33. So what I do is in that case on helping someone see the value is first I show them what it's like to live a healthy lifestyle, and they're inspired by that. They see the results that I'm getting. They see how my life is. They see the energy that I bring that comes from working out and reading books and doing everything that we do as a coach. And they want part of that. So to help somebody see that value, it's not convincing them. I've never shown somebody like, hey, here's all the ingredients of Shakeology, and this ingredient is going to help you here, and this one is here. Like I never have to do that because I show them through my example, and they want to live that healthier lifestyle, whether it's being a coach or not. And they want to feel like that. They want to have better habits. They want to be an example for their kids and then have their kids start to work out with them. They see that value, and then they could put together the pieces and be like, oh, $99 for a year is not that much money. And then when they try Shakeology for the first time, they try it and they're like, okay, I see that I can replace my morning coffee that I get at Starbucks with this, and I'm actually getting dense nutrition versus just a caffeinated jump start to my morning, and it's a healthier option. So there's lots of different ways to show the value in that aspect. I just want to reiterate what Tate said. Like, this has made me grow as a person so much. You guys see Tate and I talking on this call. As a brand new coach, I got invited to share at an event, a local event, about my losing the 38 pounds. The same story I told you guys at the very beginning. And I got up with this before after picture, and there's 8 people in the room. One was my wife, one was one of my best friends, and I was supposed to talk for 5 minutes. I lasted about 90 seconds, and I had my picture, and I had a picture of the first person that I helped lose 60 pounds. And I was going to talk about how excited, like my transformation and how it felt to help this girl. And I was supposed to go for 5 minutes. I got up there, I lasted 90 seconds. My notes were on the picture was on this side, my notes on this side. And I'm like reading my notes, and I sat down and I never showed them the picture. Like that's how I was as how shy and how timid of a person I was when I started this journey. And then now I go to events for Beachbody, and I speak in front of like 12,000 people, 25,000 people, and it doesn't faze me. So it's grown me that all came through that daily, like the 4 things that Tate shared. Like I became that person by being a coach. Like all money aside, I became that person through being a coach, which is absolutely incredible. So I'll talk about how do we make money. I think there was one other question I wanted to answer. Someone asked me a question, and I told them to send me a private message, and I'll get to that. The question was, where was it? Oh, someone was talking about the flavor of Shakeology. Quick story. My coach, when I told her no for like 8 months, hadn't tried Shakeology yet. And she sent me these sample packets, and the packet said, I can't remember, but it said like mixed with 8 to 12 ounces or something like that of water. And I'm at work, and the package comes, like I pick it up in my mailbox, I take it to work, and I'm like, okay, I'm excited to try out this Shakeology. And I went into the bathroom, I filled my coffee mug, and there was probably only 6 ounces. I dumped my Shakeology in there. I mixed it with a fork, and it was all clumpy and lukewarm water. And it was like so thick. And it was like not even drinking. It was like chunks. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never, ever going to buy that. That's a big no to the coaching thing. But the thing about me is she followed up and asked me about it. And I was like, it was the worst thing that I've ever tried in my life. It was like chunky and it tasted nasty. And she sent me a couple packages, luckily. And she told me a way to blend it. And I went home and I blended it with a couple ice cubes. I put in some almond milk, and I put a banana and some peanut butter, and I blended it up, and it was like 16-ish ounces. And it was so delicious. And I was like, okay, I can get behind this. So that was my first experience. So what I would suggest, if you don't really like the flavor, is mix it, like find ways to mix it. My wife makes this incredible, she has this like, it looks like whipped cream, but it's like a coconut stuff. It's like some vegan coconut thing she gets. Like she blends her Shakeology with peanut butter and almond milk. And then she does like a whipped cream thing. So it's like a daily treat for her. It's like she comes out with this cup with this whipped cream up. It looks like it's some $6 sugary thing, but it's her veggies for the day. It's like her super dense nutrition. So my suggestion would be to be that. The experience with me, I did that for like the first couple weeks, but then like I lived a very rushed lifestyle, like raising 3 little girls, 12-hour workday, get home, my wife's at work. I just started, like, there were days where I just have to put it in my shaker cup with water and shake it and drink it. And like my body began to crave so much those nutrients that I was getting that I just started, within like 2 weeks, I was just shaking it with water. Like today I've had 2 shakes and I just do about 16 ounces of water. I put in my plant-based tropical strawberry and I shake it, nothing else. And I drink it. And it's like the best thing in the world for me. It's like, I crave it every single day. But at first I had to mix it and get used to it. But a lot of times what happens as you first get started is your taste buds are so used to processed foods and sugars that when you have something that is that dense in nutrition, and all these superfoods and different veggies and mushrooms and everything that's in it, you're just like, your taste buds are not used to it. And it tastes a little different. But if you use it for 2 weeks straight, despite the taste in the beginning or mixing it to how you like it, your body will begin to crave that. Trust me on that. I've been helping people with this for over 9 years now. So that would be my suggestion on that. And then just mix it up. So my next topic, we're already gone longer than I wanted to, so I'll go through this pretty quick. Tate and I are like, let's finish this in 30 minutes. We're at 43, just so you guys know. So I will try to get through this. How do we make money? I'll go through it real basic. There's 4 ways to make money as a coach. I don't want to overwhelm you guys in the very beginning. For the first 3 months, the first 3 months of my coaching, I only knew one way to make money. And it's the first way that I'm going to share with you. The first thing is that every product that you share, every nutritional product that you share, you earn a 25% commission. As of that would be like Shakeology, the pre-workouts, the collagen, post-workouts, creatine, like there's boosts that you can add to your shake. There's all of these different things. You get a 25% commission. So a quick idea, like if someone buys Shakeology, a customer buys Shakeology for $128, their first 30 serving bag, you would earn a 25% commission, which is just about $32. So that's how that works. They also pay commission just as of last year on apparel brands from Beachbody. So there's apparel brands, so you can earn commission by sharing those. And then the other thing is like Beachbody on Demand. Let's say, and this happens a lot of times to me, someone will be like, okay, I don't do the shake thing, but I want to do your workouts. And I don't try to force them into the challenge pack and get them on Shakeology and Beachbody on Demand right away. I give them what they want and what they want to start with. So I'll just get them on Beachbody on Demand for $99. And the commissions on Beachbody on Demand are 40%. So if you sell somebody as a coach Beachbody on Demand for $99, you earn $40. Okay. And then what always happens is then they need help with their nutrition. They're struggling with cravings. And then they're like, okay, I'm ready to try the Shakeology. And then they get on it. Then they love it. And then I help them become a coach. So that's the process of how that works. So that's the first way. You earn commissions on referring products. The second way is what's called a team bonus cycle. I'm not going to overwhelm you guys with this. But as you guys saw what Tate talked about, somebody brings you into this business. They sign you up or what is called sponsor you into this business. I want you to think about this as if you owned a franchise. You have your own Beachbody franchise. When you sell products out of it, you earn 25% commissions. However, when you bring a coach onto what you call your team, every time, and I don't want to overwhelm you guys with this, we have training on this. By the way, when you get started, any questions you have, we have in-depth trainings on this. Like I have an hour training on compensation. So I'm literally doing this in 5 minutes, what I can explain fully in an hour. The basics of this are, what's called a team bonus cycle is you get to build a team of coaches. So Tate is one of my coaches. I see Alan on here. Tate brought Alan onto his team. How it works is as you build a team of coaches, when Tate and Alan, people that you bring onto your team, make sales as well, basically for every 300 volume points of sales, basically $300 of sales, you as what would be called an Emerald coach would make $14 every time that your team is doing like $300 worth of sales. So if the team did like $600 of sales, and I'm a brand new Emerald coach, I would make $28 from what my coach did, and so on and so forth. And there's no limit to how big your team grows to earn that income. So a lot of people ask, like, when they see what we've been able to build with this business, like I built in, like how I shared, I left my full-time job. I built a 6-figure business in 14 months. That 6-figure business was not from me selling thousands of Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology subscriptions. It was from, I only help about five or six customers and coaches a month to get started, but I build a team of coaches as well. So that is where that income comes from. It's from building that team of coaches. So that's the second way, is you build a team of coaches. And there's ranks, and we'll teach you guys about that. But once you get to diamond rank, which, I mean, Tate did that in 5 months. I did it in 3 months. So it's not a huge, scary thing to do. Once you get to that rank, you earn $18 every time your team does the $300 worth of sales. Okay. And like I said, if you have more questions on that, ask us. I have in-depth 1-hour trainings. I'll even send that to you before you become a coach if you have that many questions. So that's the second way. The third way to earn an income is what's called a match bonus. So Tate was talking about the importance of not just building a business yourself, but helping your team build a business. A match bonus, what that means is the thing I just talked about, the team bonus cycle. Like, any coach that you bring onto your team, when they earn a team bonus cycle, you earn 10%, you get a 10% match bonus on that. So for example, if Tate is building his team and his team bonus cycle for the week is $500, because I'm his sponsor, I have a 10% match on his 500. And so I would earn $50 that week for his $500 team bonus cycle. I know it's a lot of info, but I want to make sure you guys understand how incredible and how many different ways there are to earn an income. I'll give you guys an example. Once again, Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income. Each coach's results depend on their own effort, diligence, and skill. We have to say that because it's compliance, and we got to protect this business that we're building. One of my coaches that started a year after me from my hometown went on to be considered what is called the Million Club, where she's earned over $1 million in her Beachbody business. She did that in about 4 years, but her team bonus cycle weekly is $12,000. I sponsored her, brought her into this business, and mentored her. So I get how that works. I get a 10% match every week that she gets her team bonus cycle. So if she earns $12,000 in her team bonus cycle, I, as her sponsor, get a 10% match. So every week I get $1,200 as a 10% match for her bonus, for her team bonus cycle. And so the same thing would go if let's say Chris isn't my coach, but let's say Chris is my coach and he earns a team bonus cycle of $28, I would get $2.80. Does that make sense? So every personally sponsored coach that you bring on that gets a team bonus cycle, you have a 10% match on that as well. So that's the third way. The fourth way to earn an income is what's called, it's kind of like profit sharing with the entire company of Beachbody. So there's ranks in your business that you can advance to. I've mentioned briefly Emerald, which is basically bring on 2 coaches yourself. Diamond, which I mentioned, Tate and I was that first kind of one we got to. Him at 5 months, myself at 3 months. When you get to what's called 2-star diamond, you get to be a part of the profit sharing, which is called a star diamond bonus. And what they do is they take 2% of the entire company of Beachbody's revenue, their profit revenue for the entire company of Beachbody, and they split it between 4 different groups of people. All of the 2-star diamonds and above, all of the 4-star diamonds and above, all of the 10-star diamonds and above, and all of the 15-star diamonds and above. I know those ranks don't make sense yet, but what that means is once you're a diamond, once one of your coaches becomes a diamond, you're a 1-star diamond. Once 2 of your coaches become diamonds, you're a 2-star diamond. So that's what that means. So, for example, they do that every single quarter. So there's a quarterly bonus. And what they do is they split it into 0.5%, 0.5%, 0.5%, and 0.5%. So they give 0.5% to all the 2-star diamonds and above. They give 0.5% to all the 5-star diamonds and above, 0.5% to all the 10-star diamonds above, 0.5% to all the 15-star diamonds and above. The cool thing is if you're a 15-star diamond, you get your part in the 2-star diamond bonus. You get a split of the 5-star diamond bonus. You get a split of the 10-star diamond bonus, and then you get your split of the 15-star diamond bonus. And they change every quarter depending on the revenue of Beachbody, but on average over the last 3-4 years, I want to share what that looks like. The 2-star diamond bonus has been anywhere from $800 to $1,200 a quarter as a bonus. How many of you ever got that in your real job in a year? I got a $500 bonus once a year if I was lucky. So the 2-star diamond bonus is on average, it has been $800 to $1,200. The 5-star diamond bonus is always right around $3,300 to $4,000 a quarter. The 10-star diamond bonus has always been around $10,000 to $12,000 a quarter. And then the 15-star diamond bonus, I've seen anywhere from $42,000 up to $78,000 for the quarter, depending what the revenue was and how many 15-star diamonds there are at that time. So that's the fourth way to earn money. So recap, 25% commissions. Second, team bonus cycles for building a team of coaches. Third, getting a 10% match on your coaches that are earning team bonus cycles, and then the profit sharing or star diamond bonus. So that's how you make money as a coach. And I'm going to pass it back to Tate to end out with what are the next steps.
Yeah, so as you guys can see, the sky is truly the limit. Just listening to what Scotty was talking about there. But yeah, I'm going to go into kind of the last steps or what happens once you finally get signed up as a coach. So whenever you do get signed up, you're going to receive an email from Team Beachbody that's going to basically lay out all the basics for you. They recently just redid this, and it's much more simple than it used to be. So they basically, whenever you sign up as a coach, you get access to your own online office, and you also get your own website that's basically been created for you. And you're going to get an email that shows you how to log in and access all of those things. And within that online office, there are 5 short training videos. Literally, I think it takes like 20-ish minutes to go through all 5 of them. And it's basically just giving you like the very basics of kind of what the business is, how to access your office, what's Shakeology, what does Success Club mean, a lot of those things and a lot of the things that we've already talked about tonight. So those are kind of the next steps. And again, kind of like I said earlier, the great thing about this business is that you are immediately plugged in with a coach who cares about you and your business and wants to help you get started. So a lot of the things that you do, I know for me as a coach, I have a personalized email that I'm going to send over to you that kind of lays out step by step what your next steps are. And after you get done kind of going through and processing that email, I'm going to hop on a one-on-one call with you, kind of like Scotty mentioned earlier, a getting started right call. And basically, we're just going to kind of talk through that list, and we're going to go into finding out what it is that you really want to do, what you want to achieve in this business. And then I can help you set goals based on what it is that you want to achieve through this business. So it's literally, you are kind of taken by the hand and walk to the water every single step of the way through this business. And it's just an amazing opportunity, and you're given, so you have so much support and given so many awesome resources and tools to be as successful as you want to be. And I'm going to try to hold off on talking too much longer, because I know I'll take it over an hour if I do. So, but that's pretty much it on that. So I'll pass it back to you.
Okay, I'll end this out. I don't see any other questions for right now, but what I want you guys to remember, if you do have questions, remember, it took me 8 months to get started. Tate, on the other hand, messaged me on February 15th, was signed up on February 16th. It all depends on when you're ready. Ask as many questions as you need to ask, or experience the program for a week or 2 or a month and see if it's something that you can get behind, that you can really share. Because the only way to really truly build a business that will last is to be in love with the process of transforming yourself and truly helping other people. If you're just here to make money and just want to sell products and not support them, you're going to be, this business will flush you right out. You'll be gone before you know it. You have to be true to our mission of really working on yourself and helping other people. I just want to end out, and I won't take it past the hour, and really just emphasize how much this business has absolutely changed my entire life. As you guys know, I have 3 daughters and 2 sons. Every single day I get to, kneel down and say prayers with my kids as they walk out the door to the school bus with my little ones. My 13-year-old daughter, it's like that most important time of her life as she's transitioning into a teenager, is like every day at 7:58, I get to put down my personal development book, one of the steps that Tate's talking about. I've already done my workout. I put down my personal development book, and I get in the car and I drive her the half mile to her school bus stop, and we get to chat in the car for 5 minutes every day. And her friends are out there. We're in Idaho. Her friends are freezing, and we invite her friends in, and I get to meet the friends that she's hanging out with and spending time with. And I know that the example that, like, put all the how much can we make and how does money work, the money and stuff all aside, like, this business has completely changed my life in that aspect of my daughters and my sons as well get to see an example of somebody who doesn't settle, who continues to set goals, who works hard on their health and fitness and their nutrition. And they see that example. They don't just hear someone say, this is what you should do. They see it in the home every day. They see me work out. They see me only eat 1 cookie instead of 86 like I would like to eat. Or sometimes I'll do 5, but it's all in moderation, right? But they see that example. And I think, as I think about it right now, my 13-year-old daughter, she gets up every day at 6 and she does morning meltdown 100. And I asked her that, I was like, what? And the funny thing is, she's like holding me more accountable to my workouts as well. She's like, Dad, and her nutrition, she's like, should I have this pancake that Ellie cooked? Or should I have this? And she'll like ask me questions about her nutrition. The kids are using their portion cups. Like, even though it's not as healthy as it could be, they're like canned pears with their little purple cup. And then they'll like, which one's the red, Dad? And I'll show them, and they'll like cook an egg, and they're making their own meals and learning about nutrition from, like, my 4-year-old is doing. My 4-year-old is doing that. So, like, your example inside of the home will be the biggest thing. And I think about my daughters, especially, seeing me work hard on myself, be passionate about something, my nutrition, my fitness, not being afraid to set goals and work hard. They have an example of what type of man to look for as they go out into that place I don't want them to go into as they're turning 13. That they have that example, and that'll be a lasting impact that no amount of money could ever replace. And it's all because I made that choice to push play on P90X. Sorry, I almost got a little emotional there. And my decision to help other people with this business and to make the sacrifices that it took. The sacrifices being a little bit of sleep and not playing Call of Duty every night. And instead of doing that, actually helping people achieve their goals. And that's been an absolute blessing. And I was able to retire my mom 7 years ago from the school district, and she's my assistant. And I retired my dad from his job 4 years ago, and he just comes over and, like, he snow blows the yard. He helps Gabby fold clothes. He'll do the dishes if they're stacked up, and he just helps us out around the house. And we have all that opportunity to spend more time with my parents and help them not have to go to a 9-to-5 as well, is because I took a chance on myself with this business and did everything I could to help other people. So it's completely changed my life. So if you're like, how do you stay so passionate 9 years later? It's because it truly has completely changed my life. And you'll see me doing this when I'm like 65. So we're here for the long haul to help you and support you in building your business as well. And if you have questions, please send them over to Tate, myself, or whoever invited you here, and we'll help get those questions answered for you so you feel comfortable and ready to start working on your goals. So we'll see you guys later, and thanks for hopping on live with us.